Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. It is my great pleasure and honor to be here with you today, and I wish to thank Lloyd's Register Foundation for inviting me to present my modest academic achievement and to give you the overview of my studying experience. Firstly, I'm going to introduce myself, and then I'm going to tell you something about my studying at International Maritime Law Institute. On the screen, you will be able to see some of the photos I've chosen, which will follow my talk. As I was already introduced, my name is Alekzandra Bujkovic. I come from Montenegro, a small, picturesque country at the coast of Adriatic Sea. I was born in Kotor, a city with great maritime tradition, which has its ups and downs over the centuries. I finished law faculty at the University of Montenegro, after which I started my apprenticeship at Basic Court, and currently I am employed in higher court as a judge assistant. Knowing that for the lawyer it is highly important to determine in which field of law his expertise should be, I always had an intention to specialize the particular field of law and to do it abroad, because it would enable me to expand my horizons and to gain some life experience. Driven with that intention, I was studying English for years, and I obtained the Cambridge International Legal English Certificate. My interests were varying from corporative law to insurance law, but after a deep consideration of which field of law would enable me to pursue my career both locally and internationally, both in public and private sector, which expertise lacks in my country, and also where the prosperity might be, I decided it should be maritime law. As well, there was some influence with my family tradition in navigation and the fact that I grew up with the sea and by the sea. I learned about IMLI through internet and through a former IMLI student. I found the application process opened. I was nominated by the Ministry of Science, Montenegrin Ministry of Science, and my application was supported with recommendation of distinguished maritime professors. So applied, I was full of hope and enthusiastic that I would be accepted and that I would gain a scholarship, which indeed happened thanks to the Lloyd Register Foundation. Now I'm going to tell you about my impressions from Malta and the LLM program I undertook at IMLI. Firstly, I found Malta a very pleasant country to be in, a country with great tradition and history, a cosmopolitan country with kind people who welcome the foreigners from all around the world and make them feel like home. Secondly, the LLM program at IMO, International Maritime Law Institute, is a very unique program which offers the special education in maritime law from an international perspective. It is a highly intensive program which covers the public international law, law of the sea, shipping law, with both emphasis on commercial aspects of shipping and the international regulatory law considering maritime transport, with special accent to safety and security and the protection of marine environment. Besides the major systems of law in the world, civil law and common law are considered comparatively. Also, the program offers the intensive training in maritime legislation drafting, where students are trained to incorporate the international instruments, the international convention, into domestic law, but taking into the account both the international law and national maritime policies and objectives. Thirdly, which I found the biggest privilege, are the professors and lecturers. Coming among the resident faculty who is daily teaching us and supervising us, around 50 professors and lecturers from leading international institutions, classification societies, universities, firms, National Maritime Association, are coming to the Institute, bringing the latest development and their considerable and valuable experience directly to the classroom. This opportunity to meet with them and to interact with that distinguished faculty is something very significant when it comes to our personal research projects and future engagements. Fourthly, which I found the most precious, are the classmates and our community. Arriving from all around the world, sharing the same interest and passion in maritime law, living together for 8 months, helping each other to understand the topics and sharing our experiences, studying and again studying, but still managing to associate, to learn about each other's countries, cultures, tradition, and to enjoy the beauties of Maltese Island. All of that made us feel like a big family. But not only us, I mean my generation. We feel the same connection with all previous IMLI generations. As we like to say it, we share that IMLI spirit and we have IMLI as part of our lives. This experience taught me that the most valuable assets are indeed people. It is highly important that this kind of projects allows to create a network for professional cooperation and to create specific form of individual social capital. Since the participants are coming from different countries with different backgrounds and different experiences, the program enables creation of international network of young experts who will be able to rely on each other and to cooperate in dealing with complicated issues arising from maritime law. When discussing the modern values, most theorists agree that the millennium generation knows one powerful tool, the tool which might be the development factor, and that is the capability and possibility to share information and experience and knowledge between themselves through social media and internet. And that is just what me and my colleagues are demonstrating in full capacity. Already expressed desire to continue our international cooperation and communication and exchange of experience, which is also demonstrated through my attendance here at this conference, gives us an optimistic view that of creation of community of young people in different countries who are dedicated to promotion their professional skills and knowledge and international collaboration. This global network, apart from our professional improvement, will in time promote and achieve the unification of international maritime law, and through that achieve that our oceans are safe and clean place for future generations. Lastly, but maybe the most important, is that besides the academic achievements, this experience also very affected me personally. I gained significant dose of self-confidence. I furthered my perception and way of analyzing legal issues. It gave me new tools for dealing with them, but also getting inspired by people I met, by getting to know the international organizations, some of the most influential organizations in the world, such as IMO, CMI, ILO, funds, Lloyd of London, and meeting IMLI alumni in every of those made me start to strive for international career and continue upgrading myself in academic way. To conclude, I want to emphasize the following. My studies correspond with intensive activities that the government of Montenegro is undertaking with aim of renewal of merchant fleet, and this specifically refers to recovering of two shipping companies in Kotor and Bar, and to activities with aim of better use of port capacities of Port of Bar. The nautical tourism is developing rapidly in my country, and the significant capacities are being built with special accent to nautical, capacities for marine capacities for super yachts. In the zone of Adriatic Ionian macro region, considerable efforts are being undertaken for the security and development, as well as for the protection of marine environment. Montenegro, as a young state, is in process of harmonizing its laws with EU standards and incorporation of international conventions, and also the delimitation of maritime boundaries with neighboring countries, also very actual topic. All aforesaid points out the need for specific and specialized knowledge in international maritime law, and that is quite likely that I will be able to contribute to my country's development. and and I will do it through my new skills and knowledge gained at IMLI and through my international network of friends. All of this was possible thanks to Lloyd's generous scholarship from Lloyd's Register Foundation, for which I'm immensely grateful. And I wish to thank once again for inviting me here to deliver the speech and to congratulate them for organizing this wonderful event. Thank you for your kind attention.
How about one question? So one question? Tim.
You're now taking advantage of the friends you've made and the international network you're creating. Are you doing anything else as well in terms of encouraging people in Montenegro down a similar route towards taking advantage of the growth within the sort of the wider industry and professions that you find yourself? You know, are you also considering yourself a role model to others?
Yes, I do. Actually, I'm trying to stimulate my colleagues from university, if not to specialize themselves in maritime law, that is to try to find a scholarship and to find some specialization in law abroad, and to do it like I did with the maritime law, to find some significant area of law and to specialize it and bring that knowledge and skills back in Montenegro. Thank you.
Thank you, Aleksa. Very nice job.